something again from our 2019 collection, which was called NEU. NEU was our collection last year, and this is the kind of the inspiration. This is the haircut we did prior to this. If you want to go back and revisit that haircut, you're more than welcome to. And then this is the haircut which we're literally going to be focusing on this morning. Okay, so beautiful for long-haired clients. So if a client has got long hair, thick to fine hair, straight to curly, it's a good all-rounder for any hair density, any hair texture. The length you take it, okay, how short you take the length or the layering pattern, all comes down to suitability of your client. But overall, it's a great salon-friendly haircut. All right, so it's a must-go-to. Like some of you out there who are really strong at cutting or love cutting clients' hair, and you maybe do a lot of longer hair clients, we all have those go-to haircuts. All right, and this is a must-go-to haircut. It's really simple, broken down into 3 sections. So it's just 3 sections, and I'll take you through it now. Okay, so the sectioning pattern, first of all, is literally working from in front of the crown. So what I did is I put my client on a profile, I put the comb flat on the head, and then when the head starts to curve down, in front of the crown, I literally worked a slightly diagonal section to the top of the ear. Okay, so if you look on a profile where Gloria is there, there's a parting going from in front of the crown, diagonally, to the top of the ear. Okay, the only time this parting would change, it depends on the client's hairline, or if your client had a fringe or she had a really strong recession area, then this section, instead of being slightly diagonal, it would go more vertical. Okay, they're the only things that you would change depending on how weak the hairline is. Okay, in this case I've gone slightly diagonal just in front of the crown to the top of the ear, and we'll do exactly the same on the opposite side. So in front of the crown to the top of the ear, and then I don't like hair on a client's face, so I've just twisted it away from the client's face and applied 2 clips. Okay, so that's one section out the way, and that's going to create some face framing. Okay, so we're going to create some shape through the front. Okay, next section is placed in. Just behind that is a horseshoe section. Horseshoe section curving around the head shape. So starting on the curve of the head, we're literally going round the curve of the head all the way around. Okay, keeping it below the crown. Okay, above the occipital bone, but below the crown, and literally starting behind that diagonal, and it's looking horizontal, and then it's going all the way around. It doesn't go diagonal, it doesn't go up, it goes horizontal. Okay, and then you can see, like if I spin that round for Gloria for the angle, then you can start to see that kind of shape. And then we isolate the top out the way. So you've got 1 at the front, 2 at the crown, 3 at the back. Okay, so where do we want to start? You can start any way you like, really. So this is what I love about this haircut. You know, you could cut this haircut for a few weeks or a few months, and then you could then start to say, like, I cut the front, created some shape through the front, and then I do the back, and then I do the top, and then next time you could literally go in and start cutting the back again, and then go into the front. So you can start at any panel, that's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to always start at the back, you can start at any way you like. So in this case, what we're going to do is start at the back because it's down. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to layer the haircut first. Okay, so instead of cutting the outline and the perimeter first, we're going to introduce the layers all the way through this haircut first. Okay, so I'm going to literally work everything out on the base there. Center section, so a center section all the way through, lifting that up. Okay, so the higher elevation, that means there's more length and weight staying in the perimeter. So I'm literally working high elevation, lifting that up, and then using my perimeter as a guide, and I'm just literally knocking off that little corner of weight. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing, just point cutting through for softness. So my elevation is 90 here, so additionally 90 on the curve of the head, but then the rest of the hair is over directed up. Okay, so what I'm doing here, this is 90, and then the rest of the hair is travelling. Why is it travelling? To maintain more length and weight within the perimeter. If I didn't travel and I brought everything out at 90, then I'd layer it more and then take out more weight. Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to work parallel to the section, so vertical sections. I'm going to stand on this side And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to over direct all the hair to this guideline. So it's a travelling guideline. So it's over directing, all right, all the hair now into the middle. Okay, so I'm just literally going to work all the hair into the middle section. Okay, so the hair is getting longer and longer and heavier and heavier. So in some cases, some hair might not reach. So you can see there, my elevation is over directed to maintain the perimeter, and then it's also over directed into the middle. Okay, then I'll do exactly the same. So I'm just literally working all the way to that parting. Okay, so all the way to that parting, I'm over directing all that hair. I'm using the large teeth of my comb, so a little bit of less tension to the hair. And I'm just literally over directing, so it's combing all that hair, all the way. All into the middle. See that guideline? And then just a little bit of point cutting. And then we're happy with that. Then we'll drop that down. And that's that one side finished. Okay, so I've stayed, my body position has been standing on my opposite side, and I'm over directing hair to me. So my guideline is always in front of me, and the hair's getting longer and longer and longer. So what I do now, the real important point of this haircut now is to change your body positioning. Don't stay on this side and then start to pull hair away from you, because this side will end up going too short. So we change our body positioning. Okay, I stand on the opposite side of my client now. I re-establish the guideline in the middle. I work vertical sections, okay, and I literally over direct all the hair into the middle. All right, so I aim to invert everything into the middle. I put everything into the center, and then till you get to your run out of hair. So you can see literally winging everything into that middle area. So look, just combing within that section, elevating up to maintain the perimeter length, but then over directing into the center to create that little concave layer. So if anybody's thinking what sort of shape it's going to be slightly concave, so it's longer towards the front. Okay, and what you can do then, you can just grab out a piece of hair from either side, check your balance, okay, and you can start to see when I comb the hair down to its natural form, we've maintained maximum length. Yeah, so this is ideal for clients who want to keep their hair long and say, look, I don't want to cut too much off my overall perimeter, but I want something exciting, something fresh. Okay, so that's what we've done. Okay, so just to recap, centre section, 90 from the crown, but then the rest of their hair over directed, so it's working from shorter to longer, longer being the perimeter, shorter being internally, and then we've over directed all the hair off the base into the middle. Okay, that's our first section completed. Okay, very simple. Okay, now what we'll do is you can just grab all that hair if you wish. Okay, just grab all that hair. Alright, and then what I'm going to do then, I'm just going to twist that out the way. I don't want to cut anything off that. It's finished. Okay, so then I can take that clip out the front and just clip that out the way. Okay, now we're going to introduce the front section. Okay, so we're going to work onto the front. Okay, working on the front, combing that forward. In a salon situation, I'd probably comb it slightly to the side, you know, on a real client. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to create some face framing. Okay, so we're going to create some shape through the front. Okay, so again, how short you take it through the front is personal from your client's consultation. For me, the consultation is key, okay, to the rest of the service. So some of you might have seen some of our videos before, but if I do a consultation, I always ask 3 questions. What do you love about your hair? What don't you like about your hair? And what product are you using in your hair? All right, so these are like open questions for the client to talk about. So what does she love about her hair? She loves her hair being long. What does she hate about her hair? It's sitting flat. There's no shape within the front. Okay, And then what products does she like to use? Oh, she likes dry shampoo. She likes sea salt spray. She likes like matte product. And all of a sudden I know what sort of product to use within the salon because she's told me she likes dry, pasty, matte kind of product. Okay, so I'm not going to use like a serum or an oil if she's turning around and she likes her hair more lifting and more dirty. Okay, so in this case now we're going to literally work in our second section. We're going to work in the elevation, being a little bit higher, keeping it nice and soft. So how short do you take this first section? All depends on where you want it to be. So in this case, I don't want to go really short. It's going to jump up a little bit. We're working on that kind of curly hair. So if you've got a client and she says, look, I want to go to the lip, I want to go shorter, I want to go to the nose, then you decide where you want it to go. All comes down to suitability. Sometimes it comes down to lifestyle, because if the client wants to be able to put all this hair in a ponytail, then this hair has to be longer. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. So what I could do, I could just do a little trim here. I could literally just go in and decide what sort of length we want to go. Yeah, so you could just literally just cut a little bit there, get your client involved. If this is going to jump up, things like that, get the client involved. If she's happy with that, then you can continue now working in with your layering pattern. All right, so like I said before, we're going to layer through the front. How we're going to do that is going to lift this up on the base, 90, and then you're going to use that short piece, what you've just cut, as your guideline. Okay, and you're going to point cut through, following the head shape. So it's 90 off the head. Okay, so 90 off the head, just like so. So straight on the base, 90. Okay, and then what we're going to do now, we're going to pull everything into the middle. All right, so we're going to work parallel. We're going to stand our body on the opposite side, and we're going to travel. So the hair's now traveling over to the middle, but then depends on how long this is going to be. The shorter this goes in the middle, the more over direction you need to do on the perimeter. So before you cut the second section, just grab a bit of hair here and then see how much over direction you can do. And you can see, look, see that outer edge? It's not reaching the layer, so I'm okay, I'm safe. All right, so just check that before you start cutting. All right, and then we just literally point cut through and then just over directing all the hair up to that stationary guideline. Okay, so it's all coming up to a stationary guideline. So everything travelling. Okay, so you're working on your second section, which is within the front area, to create some face framing, and we're basically over directing all the hair up to our stationary guide, which is in the middle. Okay, once you've finished that and you're happy, now we're going to work onto the opposite side. So I'm going to change my body position now. So I've been working on this side, standing over this side, so now I'm going to change my body, yeah, and then I'm going to re-establish the middle. So there's my guideline in the middle. I'm going to re-establish it, and then I'm going to literally just over direct all the hair now into the middle. So look, changing your body, stepping over to one side, see the guideline, and then all the rest of the hair can be over directed up. Okay. Little things like checking your client's head positioning. If you're quite heavy handed, this is where you would look in the mirror and make sure your client's head is straight. Okay, because if you're pulling someone's hair, there's nothing much worse than the head is off center. Alright, so just making sure that everything is all good to go before you start cutting. Okay, and then you drop that down, and then straight away you can start to see what you've done. Okay, you've maintained the length, yeah, and you've created a face frame. Okay, without even going through the perimeter yet, you can see straight away what you've achieved. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, before we go on to our third and final section, I'm just going to tickle the ends. I'm just going to tidy up the ends, really. Okay, so what I'm going to do there, I'm just going to comb this down, and then you're going to start to see a short piece. So what I'll do, I'll just comb it down, and you will be able to see on camera there. You can see that it's shorter in the middle, or in longer. So what you'll do there is just literally just tidy up any little bits. And I literally mean bits, guys. So if you shouldn't be cutting a lot off here. all right, because the layering pattern has created the shape. If you want to cut it shorter, then just literally go back into the layering pattern and cut it shorter, okay? So you're literally just dusting over the shape, just giving it a nice clean line. So if you're not very good at face framing and you find face framing very difficult, this might be a new way of approaching it, okay? It's always nice to have new options when you're doing layering, graduation, one length. Instead of having just one way of cutting, it's nice to, you know, listen to different educators, different brands, different companies. We all get inspired different ways. Big believer of that, okay? And that's what we've done, okay? So that's our second section completed. I'll just comb that out the client's face, okay? Then what we would do now would literally go through to our third and final section, okay? So we can take the clip out of our horseshoe section. We're literally going to go right through the middle of this haircut. So we're just literally going to go right through the centre, right through the centre. Okay, and we're going to create a concave layer on this one. All right, so we're going to take it shorter internally. All right, so how short you take it here is again depending on the density of the hair, the movement, the texture. Is it curly? Is it wavy? You know, your consultation. Does she want volume? Does she like height? Then you could take this a lot shorter. So some of you on here who's watching this would probably go, oh, I like to take it here, here, here. And again, it's honestly up to you. Okay. In this case, I'm not going to get carried away. I'm going to work it square. Okay, I'm going to work that square. So I'm going to point cut it. So just point cut it through. Just give it a little bit more texture. When you're point cutting, it's always good to point cut away from your fingers. All right, so what that means is literally leaving your guideline about ½ an inch above your finger, as you can see. So then I'm not trying to chop into my finger. Now what I'm going to do then, I'm going to pivot. So rotating. So I'm going to rotate. Okay, but I'm going to pull everything into the middle. All right, so everything's coming into the middle now. So I'm going to create a concave. So I'll pull everything into the middle. So it's coming off the base now, and it's a travelling guideline. So it's over to the middle, and then this section now is over to the middle. Okay, so we just comb all that there. And you can see I'm just working within the horseshoe, okay? I'm not combing any of the outer edge, I'm not cutting any of the second section. So I'm just working within that third and final section, and then literally pulling everything into the middle, okay? Okay, just everything into the center. So I'm creating like a little concave shape, okay? So ideal, very seamless. And what seamless means is where you can't see the layer starting or finishing. So great for like long-haired clients with anybody who's got a bit of movement in the hair. So we do another pivot now on the opposite side. We come off the base and we pull it into the middle. We pull it into the middle. So we're working square. So it's a square layer, but then working on a concave feel. Okay, so everything pulls into the middle. Okay, and I feel we're pretty much happy with that. Okay, so what you'll do now, before continuing or taking that out, you can just see where that falls, how that look. Client wants to change her mind. She's like, I want to go shorter. I want to get more volume in there. Just basically go and repeat the program. Literally repeat it, just go shorter and then pull everything into the middle. So that's what we've done there. So what it'll be is on the base, and then we've over-directed everything into the middle. So it's going to be slightly concave. It's not going to be concave like this. Okay, if you want it to be really concave, then you just come over off the base of the middle. So the more you over-direct across the head, then you're going to be more concave and more seamless. All right, so in this case, just over checking your balance. If you're happy with the balance, just check it through like that. If you're a bit scared of checking balance like that in front of a client, maybe check it down here and bring the hair to you, because you can see the mistake. And then if you're confident, you bring it up and show the client. Show the client, okay? So you're happy with that. I'm really happy with the overall shape, what we've done. Then the moment of truth is to bring all three sections together. So what you do now, you shake it all out and you bring all three sections together. So you've got a section through the back, which maintained all the length. You've got a section through the front which creates some face framing, and then you did a section through the top which just created a nice little layer all the way through. So what we're going to do now, before we just finish off the haircut, what we're going to do now is we're literally just going to tidy up the actual perimeter. So remembering, we haven't cut anything off the client's hair, off the length. So this is where you would literally, because it's layered, yeah, and it's all layered all the way through, I can just literally dust over the perimeter. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to do section by section cutting the perimeter, then going in and layering later. So I've layered the whole technique. We've done a layer in the first section, the second and the third. So now when I come to our perimeter and I comb all this down to its natural fall, yeah, as you can see when I hold the perimeter in my fingers, all that layer doesn't reach. So again, how much you take off the overall perimeter comes down to your consultation. And the consultation, what we got from this client was, don't cut my length off. I'm listening to what her needs are. So I'm just literally just dusting over the actual perimeter. She doesn't want to cut too much off there. All right. And then we'll literally just give it a little bit of a cheeky little style. So you can wear this in the middle. You can wear this on the side. Again, it's personally up to you how you would like to wear it. Very versatile. I think to me a key to a good haircut is versatility, where a client can wear it left, right, and you know, tie it up and things like that. So what this is a little bit more layered than the previous haircut we did. All right, and that is our second haircut done. This is from our collection NEU. And hope you like it. Okay, just to give you a little recap, it works with 3 sectioning patterns. All right, so we did a section through the front diagonally to the top of the ear, a horseshoe section. We literally worked everything into an inversion through the back, then into the front, another inversion into the middle to create face framing, and then another inversion through the top. So it's all about inversions, 1, 2, 3. And again, just a little recap, this is the image what we did. Okay, you can wear it on the side, you can wear it in the middle. If you want to see some different parts of this image, you can go on our social media or on our website at edge74.com and look at some of the other styling and ways of wearing it. But hope you've enjoyed our second haircut. This is a haircut from our collection called NEU from 2019. Thank you.